the more you store mind is yours. The more you enrich your experience, the more people you meet, the more books you read, and the more places you visit, the greater is that investment in all that you are, and everything will add upon to your inner peace of mind and your opportunities. A hearty welcome to our delegates from Italy for this wonderful program on the Wind Beneath Your Wings, an event organized by the East Point Group of Institutions to explore the education opportunities in Italy. The delegates from Italy have come all the way here to address the students' fraternity of the East Point Group of Institutions to enlighten their knowledge about the opportunities at Italy. Before we could commence the day's program, may the spirit of prayer guide in our paths, drive the actions, and be the light that drives through. Let's begin the day's event by invoking God's blessings amongst this gathering. May I now request the students from NRCN, Mrs. Lexi and T, for the invocation song.
There shall be showers of blessing. This is the promise of love. There shall be seasons refreshing, sent from the Savior above. Showers of blessing, showers of blessings we need. Mercy comes from the sun falling, but for the showers we plead. There shall be showers of blessing, gracious reviving giving, over the hills and the valleys, sound of abundance of rain. Showers of blessing, showers of blessings we need. Mercy comes from the sun falling, but for the showers we plead.
Thank you, dear students, for invoking God's blessings unto this August gathering. Atiti Devo Bhava, which means the guest is God, as per our Hindu mythology. I deem it an immense pleasure to welcome our very revered guest on this occasion. The first and foremost, I would like, on behalf of the entire gathering, to welcome our very beloved CEO, Sri S.V. Rajiv sir, who is an epitome of success, who is a guiding force for all the employees and the students fraternity at East Point Group of Institution. May I now request Mrs. Manjula Devi, HOD, OBG Department, NRCN, to welcome sir. We have an eminent personality amongst us. Yes, it's Mr. Claudio Mercanti, the CEO and Secretary General of the Indo-Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Sir holds a bachelor's degree in humanities from the University of Barcelona and a postgraduate diploma in management from the City University of London. He has more than 21 years of experience experience in the industry and he began his career as a project manager in tours in France for 10 months before taking advanced role as the general services manager in Milan, Italy for over 3 years. And later, the general manager at IICCI for more than 8 years. And since August 2015, he has been serving as the CEO and Secretary General at the Indo-Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Sir, indeed, we are very much honored to have you amongst us today, and our students are very keen to listen from you. On behalf of the management, faculty, and students, I welcome you to the East Point Group of Institution and request the Vice Principal of East Point College of Nursing, Dr. Jayarani, to welcome Sir. Coming home is a joy. Coming home again and again is a more greater joy. We do have with us Ms. Vasudha Verma, who has over 25 years of global experience in the IT industry. Her work in many countries has given her the exposure to adapt to cross-cultural ethnicities. She has managed cross-group geography teams and implemented as a partner with TCS, Wipro, Public Systems, and before moving into a non-profit led corporate engagement. And she has been in the leadership role at large in multinational companies. A person with a lot of intellectual ability who has published two property rights, an individual who conceptualizes East Point Group of Institution to be a home, and I often hear from Dr. Prakash where he mentions to me that she quotes every time, Sir, idu Namma College. And indeed, Madam, today we are very happy to have you with us, and I request Mrs. Rafias Islam, HOD of Pediatric Nursing from NRCN, to welcome Madam to this August gathering. Next, we have in row the Bhishma of Eastman Group of Institution. It is a very intellectual and the very renowned Dr. Prakash Sir, who is the Senior Vice President of East Point Group of Institution. Sir is at a beck and call for every program, the intellectual gathering that we organize. And may I now request the principal of EPCT, Dr. Mrityunjay Latte sir, to welcome Dr. Prakash sir to this August gathering. Thank you, sir. At the outset, I also take this opportunity to welcome the principals from various sister concern institutions of the East Point Group of Institution, the directors, the placement officers, the facility managers, the teaching faculty, and the most important people, the students fraternity of East Point Group of Institution. Across diverse cultures and traditions, the act of lighting a lamp holds a multitude of profound implications and resonances. It can symbolize the triumph of knowledge over ignorance, hope over despair, and light over darkness. This ritual is particularly significant when inaugurating a very knowledgeable event like this, and may now request the dignitaries to kindly step forward to light the lamp. And request Mrs. Manjula to assist them. floral tributes to our founder chairman, Dr. S.M. Venkateswaran, sir. Thank you, dignitaries, for lighting the lamp and spreading the light of knowledge amongst the gathering. She is a passionate individual, a person known for her intercultural diversity. She's the one who looks back a long, long way ahead to give back her best to the society and graduate from the Indian Institute of Science and the University of Canada and US. Yes, it's none other than Mrs. Vasudha Verma. May I now request Madam to address the gathering.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Great. Every time I come here or when I talk to the Bhishma Pitama, Dr. Prakash, it feels like coming back to college. He makes me feel that young. Thank you, sir, for making me feel young. I also remember with a lot of reverence and respect and humility the late chairman, Mr. Venkateswaran. I'm always grateful, Mr. Rajiv Gowda, for giving us an opportunity to train a batch of 328 girl students from the engineering college, and they are all in different parts of the world. And of course, I have my boss, Mr. Claudio Maffialetti, who is someone that allows me a lot of space to experiment and, if I were to use the term, do my own thing within the limits of what the organization prescribes. Thank you, Claudio, for being a great boss. We had one batch of students, girl students, for the mentoring program, and it was the late chairman, Mr. Venkateswaran, who said, "Madam, can you do one more batch? Let us expand the scope of having more girl students be mentored in employability skills." So today, these girls are all over the world. Some have gotten married, some have become entrepreneurs, some have become young mothers. It's always a delight to connect with them. And whenever they visit Bangalore, they make it a point to either have coffee with me or at least call me to say, "Ma'am, you're here. So how was that, ma'am? How was this, ma'am?" And in between all of that, they also ask about Professor Prakash. Are you in touch with him? So, sir, idu nan college. Our association goes back to over a decade. Why did we say the wind beneath your wings? If you've seen a bird, it tries to fly and flutter its wings, but there's the wind beneath the wings that pushes it. Like that, we also have a set of erudite and accomplished faculty members here who sometimes become the wind beneath your wings. Not just that, these wings can also, with a gentle push, take you to lands you may not have explored earlier. Of course, Claudio will speak about it in a while. So my request to each of you here is to find that wind beneath your wings and spread your wings and fly high, whether it's in academics or whether it's your career. Follow your passion and your passion will take you places. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Professor Shilpa Patil, who was with us 10 years ago as part of the cohort of girl students, and she was also part of the program helping us coordinate stuff. So thank you, Mr. Rajiv Gowda and Dr. Prakash, for having me here. Maybe as an alumnus, if I may say so. And let me wish you all the very best in whatever you choose to do in your life. Thank you again. Have a good day.
Thank you, dear madam. ನಮ್ಮ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. It's feel like coming back home to you and for us as well to have alumnus reach to such a great heights and be a model to learn from and a model to set as a goal for many of the students who are here. Thank you once again. We now look forward for the address from our very revered guest of the day, Mr. Claudio Maffletti, the CEO and Secretary General at the Indo-Italian Chamber of Commerce. Sir, indeed, we are very happy and enlightened to listen from you. Over to you, sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. Ladies, good morning. Namaskar. Thanks to this point of institutions for inviting me today, Mr. Rajiv, Dr. Prakash. Thanks to Basuda, who is the mastermind of today's event. She said that I give her freedom to experiment, and this is apparently a very good experiment that she put together. So it's good to let people the right space for expressing and developing themselves within certain boundaries, as she rightly pointed out. So, I'm Italian, but I have been living in India most of my adult life. मैं मुंबई में रहता हूँ, तो मैं मुंबई का हूँ. A few words about the organization I represent. I'm the CEO of the Indo-Italian Chamber of Commerce. It's a network of more than 80 Italian chambers of commerce scattered and present in all the continents worldwide. In India, we were the oldest Italian Chamber of Commerce in the Asian continent. We were established by an Italian entrepreneur that decided to move to Mumbai in 1966. He was a pioneer entrepreneur because he decided in the late 60s to start bottling water in plastic bottles, and the name he gave to that bottled water was his name, that one. So that is an Italian invention, actually, that was then bought by Chaman family and Parliament in Mumbai. But our history in India is linked to this visionary and pioneering entrepreneurship. Since 1966 to now, we have established 5 offices in India. Mumbai is the headquarters, and we We have offices in Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, and Bangalore, which we recently revamped, not only starting collaborating with Ms. Masula that quite a few of you already know, but also with a new office within the premises of the Consulate General of Italy in Bangalore. We do many things. We have approximately 800 companies and professionals associated to our chamber. But one area which we decided to look at in a with a very strategic approach since 2016 is education. Oh, a few words about Italy. Italy is a relatively small country. It's 66 million people. If you put Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore population together, that makes the whole Italy. So relatively small, but we are the second largest manufacturer in Europe and fourth or fifth worldwide after China, after Japan, Germany, there is Italy and South Korea. So we have this very special relation between our brain and our hands. They are interconnected, they work in sync. I was speaking to a friend of mine yesterday. He was telling me about the wonders of golf, where your mind and your hand and your body need to be aligned on the target. That is something very similar to what happens with the Italian psyche. The mind and the body and the hand together to make something that is not only beautiful. Many people know about Italian fashion brands, furniture brands, sports cars and bikes, food and wine. But there is a huge input provided by the engineering and the innovation side of what we do. This special capacity to make things, to create things, has been made possible in Italy, particularly in the 50s and the 60s of the past century, because three things came together at the right time in the right place. One is this particular mindset, so very creative, very innovative. On the other side is economic context that was growing globally after the Second World War. The European economy needed to grow. The third element, which was crucial to what Italy is right now, was the academia and education. So a particular connection between enterprises, innovators, and the academia to create an ecosystem that would allow not only company to grow and to be successful, but to the entire community and the territories around which that benefit and well-being was developed. So education is crucial, and India finds itself in this moment in something similar to what Italy was experiencing in the 50s and the 60s. Obviously, 60 years have gone by. Now we have artificial intelligence, machine learning. There is much more on the table. But the need to make things right now in India is of paramount importance. So the idea, and I go back to my initial point, to stress on education is because we strongly believe that education, manufacturing, agriculture, skills development go hand in hand for the prosperity of any country. Now, coming a little bit more focus on one subject that is interesting for most of you. One of the things that we do as part of this education project called Minerva, the Italian Education Hub, is to work with a pool of Italian universities to promote, yes, their training programs in Italy, but also collaborations with Indian colleges, universities, and institutes. We do that with several Italian universities and institutions. One of them in particular is very active in the medicine uh, sector. It's an Italian university called Humanitas University, based in the north of Italy, in the outskirts of Milan. They have a hospital, they have a university, they have a research center within the same area, not so different from what this point group of institutions is doing. And something very interesting that they have developed, along with another very reputed and prestigious Italian university, Politecnico of Milan, which is one of the best engineering universities worldwide, is to create one training program, undergraduate, I think it's 6 years, but I might be wrong here, combining engineering and medicine to get full medicine. So this, again, is one area in which synergies and collaborations can be found. Another interesting element, which is fresher, is that very recently, the two governments, the two ministries of internal affairs from the Italian government and the Indian government have signed an agreement for mobility. Mobility of students, mobility of professionals as well. And there's a set of skills that at the moment are very needed in Italy and which are not available, on which this Indo-Italian partnership can be very interesting. So nursery is definitely one of them. Hospitality management as well is one area under focus. Then a lot of very technical needs like welders and transportation industry. So there is a lot that can be done to increase mobility of people between India and Italy. Mobility is not only moving around. Moving around means seeing new things, things that we don't know. Meeting new people, people that think and behave and have perhaps a different value system that you have. But going around and meeting and knowing something that you were not aware of is obviously, if one person is curious enough to get what is there to be taken in, that is a first step for your personal growth, not only as students, not only as future professionals or entrepreneurs, but for the human beings of the future. So I hope some of you will be able to visit Italy in the next few years. We will make it a point to try and have some Italian students down to the science faculty and in Mango as well. I wish you best of luck and enjoy that, because this is one of the great moments of every human's life. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. One of the reasons why people choose to go to Italy is because of the nation's commitment to academic excellence. And Italian universities have been globally renowned in their high quality education and diverse programs and innovative teaching. Thank you, sir, for enlightening more about your company, more about your culture, more about the opportunities that are open to our students. May I now request the Vice President of East Point Group of Institution, Dr. S. Prakash sir, to address the gathering. Please, sir.
I don't want to take much time. I think Vasudha is completing it, go to industrial place there, one of the meetings she scheduled. Thanks Vasudha for getting Theory here. It was a great privilege to again. Very happy when you felt that it's back home. Thank you so much. We are looking for the collaborations with Italy universities. We are already in the process of having few MOAs with few universities. And one major development what we are under progress is we are targeting around minimum 10% of the students of nursing will run one cohort year to train the students where students can go and work abroad. Okay. That's a target. So in fact, Jody was also telling, he was also specifying that we can have a collaboration with the people where we can send the students, train the students on Italy language, and we can see to that they go and work there. We are working with all this. We are also speaking to few of the collaborations at Japan also. There's a huge demand for allied health science and nursing and healthcare professionals where they can go and actually go there and work. The only constraint is that we need to empower those kids on that specific, that country language. So we will enable them here and we'll see that minimum 10% of the students for this crowd should go and work abroad. Okay. This is what we are targeted for. Thanks once again for all the people who have come here, and my special thanks to always to Vasudha. So thank you so much.
We will cherish your words of wisdom and look forward to applying them in our personal and professional lives. Thank you, sir, for adding immense value to our gathering today. And it's now time to thank our guests, to felicitate them for having come over all the way here. And may I now request our Honorable CEO, Mr. S.V. Rajan Gowda, sir, to felicitate the guests. First, Mr. Claudia Mafferty. Mr. Claudio Mafferty, the CEO and Secretary General at the Indo-Italian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, a person fluent in three languages and president of the Foreign Comprehension of International Business Dynamics. It has been crucial in developing and implementing marketing and strategies for talent forms in brands in India. Is also spearheading the RICCI. Thank you, sir, for gracing his point with both institutions. Thank you, sir. And next, we have our own alumnus, Ms. Vasudha Verma. And may I now request our Honorable CEO, sir, to felicitate Ms. Vasudha Verma, please. And please be seated. It's a great honor to have such a passionate person who is an intra and cross-country cultural epitome and an inclusion of giving back in multi ways to the industry and society. And graduate of IISc Bangalore and a postgraduate of Canada and US. Thank you, ma'am, for gracing this media. Thank you to Honorable CEO, sir, and Dr. Prakash, sir, for doing the felicitations. Thanks is a very small word, but it conveys the gratitude that is there deep within our hearts. May I now request Mrs. Rafia Islam, HOD, Pediatric Nursing, New Royal College of Nursing, to propose the oath of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Morning all, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like a wrapping a present and not giving it, quoted by William Arthur Ward. It is indeed a great honor to have a part of such a wonderful event. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making this occasion our resounding success. On the behalf of East Point Group of Institution, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest for today's program. I would like to express my sincerest thanks to our respected CEO, Sri Rajiv Pawar sir, for taking his time out of his busy schedule to join us today. Thank you, sir. Very much. I would like to extend my gratitude to our esteemed guest, Mr. Claudio Morfioletti, sir, and Ms. Vasudha Verma for generously sharing their experience with our students and inspiring them towards professionalism. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank to our senior vice president of East Point Group of Institution, Dr. S. Prakash sir, for his encouragement. Your presence has been valuable in making today's program a success. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my sincerest thanks to our respected principal of East Point Group, East Point College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. Mrityunjay Lethi sir, for making today's program a success. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Dr. Ashok Hero sir, Dean of Academics, and Dr. Divakaran sir, Dean of IQSC, for their continuous support. Thank you, sir. I would like to acknowledge the women behind the grand success of this event, Principal of New Royal College of Nursing, Dr. Jacinta R. Mariappa. Thank you, ma'am, for your support. I would like to thank Dr. Yogas, Vice Principal of East Point College of Engineering and Technology, for his support for this occasion. Thank you, sir. A big thanks to all the principal and head of the Department of Sister Institution for gracing this occasion. I would like to thank all the East Point Group College of Medical Science, or all the colleges, the faculty member. Thank you all. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all our students for gracing this occasion. Last but not the least, I thank you, my friend, of your cooperation in making this function a renowned success. Once again, thank you all.